Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Chuck Amendola, along with Amanda Mazey here at Lupton Stadium on a perfect day for baseball as we play Game 2 of this two-game series. The Horned Frogs off a big win yesterday by a 2-1 score. Amanda, what's Tech going to have to do to try and even this series up?
Well, a couple of keys to the game for Texas Tech. They need to definitely cut down on the mistakes. They had a rough day yesterday. A couple of balks, a missed pickoff attempt, and a misplayed ball in the outfield was certainly the difference. And they also need to get Magruder and Barnes on base. Barrett Barnes is 8 for 8 in stolen bases, and Jamadrick Magruder is 12 for 16. These guys are fast, and they need them on base. As far as TCU, they just need to score. Only 4 times this season have they scored more than 5 runs in a game. And considering how offensively minded this team was coming into the season, I know those numbers are a bit disappointing. And hey, play good, solid defense. Yesterday's game was only the 4th time this season that TCU has come away with a game with no errors, and Tech had 2, and that was the difference yesterday.
Let's take a look at home plate. He had a hard time not hitting people. Hopefully he'll fare a lot better today.
That's right.
Strike 3 call, good pitch. The outside corner, and there's one away, and the Frogs achieved their goal here in the first inning of keeping the decision in that game. Back through the middle, finds a hole, base hit. Rivera gonna head for third. He'll make it standing up, and the Horned Frogs have runners at the corners. Nobody out here in the first. Of course, baseball. Thought about walking on here at TCU. Shoots it through the hole on the right side, base hit. To play football, but elected to focus his attention solely on baseball. Suter fakes as if he's going to go, hesitates, and then a line drive base hit to right field by Odell. Suter will make it all the way to third, and the Horned Frogs with runners at the corners for the 2nd consecutive inning with nobody out. Back to payoff pitch to Coates. Line drive, right field, sinking quick. It'll fall in. Magruder has to play it on a hop. A 1-out single for Coates. Jason not trying to do too much with this pitch. On the outer part of the plate, just reached out, hit it off the end of the bat, slicing away from Magruder. All he could do was play it on the hop. Thought about trying to throw behind Coates, but Jason has pulled that trick a time.
We're still trying to get on base, not giving up.
First pitch, line drive, right back through the middle by Elander. That's 2 times in the ballgame. Elander has hit the ball hard. Last time, though, it was turned into an inning-ending double play. This time, he picks up a 2-out single. The Frogs with runners at first and second for Jarek Suter.
And that's why he had to stop the pitching, or slow it down at least, because he had to rehab that injury. Now he's hitting, and they're pretty pleased with his performance so far.
And he lines his 2nd base hit of the day in the left field. Coming around to score, Jason Coates, and the Frogs are on the board. Urging Odell on. He tries to come through with a 2-out base hit that'll further cut into the 2-run deficit. Back through the middle, finds a hole, base hit. Elander scores easily from third base, and it's a 1-run ball game. Now the key word. Manson trying to get something started for the Horned Frogs with 2 outs. Lines this one towards the right field line. If it's fair, it'll go for extra bases just inside the foul line. Matson's going to try for 3. The throw's cut off, and Matson with a belly flop into third has his first triple of the year.
And again, on 2 outs. Love those 2-out rallies.
Good piece of hitting by Matson off the end of the bat. And triples are made coming out of the box. He never hesitated, just raced around. Even to count up at 2-2. Comes right back with the same thing, hit on the ground. Booted by Redmond, and that will tie the ball game up. You talked about it at the top of the broadcast. Tech needed to minimize the errors. They committed 2 that cost them yesterday, and they commit their first here today. It cost them a run. You could see trouble written all over this as Redmond just kind of olayed it. And the Horned Frog fastball line to right center field, base hit. Jones being waved home, he'll score, and TCU leads it 4-3. Rivera delivers a 2-out RBI single, and the Horned Frogs have come all the way back to take the lead on Tech here in the 6th.
What a great time for him to pick up his first hit coming back from that injury. Made it really count when the Frogs needed it.
Well-struck baseball by Brance Rivera. That's his first RBI of the year. Side with Rivera being held on by Lejeune. And he finds it. Base hit, right field. Rivera will stop at second. Back-to-back hits for the Horned Frogs. They have runners at first. And he has made the most of every chance he's gotten. Driving in runs with ground balls and everything else. 1-2 pitch. Coach lines it towards right field. Sinking fast. Magruder can't get to it. He dove it, got past him. 2 runs will score. Coach rounding second, on his way to third. He'll make it standing up, and it is 6-3 TCU. Jason Coates is at his best when he goes the other way, and that's what he did on that pitch.
Magruder was on his horse, but just could not get there, and it went right past him, which allowed for the extra inning, or extra bases.
Magruder sold out with this full extension dive. Once he couldn't get to it, no chance, as Coates found his way over to third base. A couple of runs batted in for Coates. That's his first triple. He is now driven in 9 in the inning. Elander, first pitch swinging, finds the hole on the left side. Base hit, Coach jogs home. 7-3 TCU.
And here we are still with 2 outs. just forget the first 2 outs of an inning. Let's just put 2 on the board and let's go. That's when they seem to really get hot.
And another hard hit ball by Elander. This one on the ground, but in the right spot. Stretch.
And especially with those injured guys coming back, they'll be coming back at the right time, and this could be a really exciting second half of the season.
Swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes the pinch hitter Whitehead. 1 out here in the 9th.
Tough.
And they're ranked in the top 25 right now. Popped up center field. Von Tunglen camping underneath. And he makes the catch. Tech down to their final out of the ball game. This pitch had the height, maybe just off the plate. Strike 3 called! Got him on a changeup over the outside corner, and the ball game is over.
That answers the questions about Caleb.
TCU takes 2 from Texas Tech here this weekend as they win this afternoon by a final score of 7-4. The totals for Texas Tech: 4 runs, 9 hits, and an error for TCU. 7 runs on 13 hits. They play errorless baseball here this afternoon. The winning pitcher, Preston Morrison, he's now 3-0. And the loser for Texas Tech, Trey Mahasik, he is 0-1 as the Horned Frogs come back with a 5 spot in the 6th to win it by a final score of 7-4. The win now has TCU's overall record at 7-6, and the loss drops Texas Tech to 10-4. Big crowd on hand this afternoon. We're glad you joined us as TCU defeats Tech by a final score of 7-4 here this afternoon in Fort Worth. Good night, everyone.